Hey everybody. Hey everybody, we're live. Live, it's telling me. Hey everybody, I'm just going to wait for just a second, see if anybody wants to jump in here to a live stream for Robbie Rants on Free Comic Book Day 2018. I'm rocking Robbie Billups from Pop Culture Philosophers. Chilling here on Free Comic Book Day. I just worked a long day at the shop. It was super fun. It was very, very exciting. As soon as people start jumping in here, just please let me know so I know you're here. And we can start talking about questions, talking about comic books, talking about what is going on in pop culture this week, guys. I know it's Saturday night. So I'm just going to talk about my day. So it's Free Comic Book Day. I work at a comic book store. So it was super fun. It's always super fun. It's always very, very busy. We have a lot of sales. We got the free comics. Everybody comes into the shop. If you haven't seen people in months or weeks, they come in. It's super fun. It's very exciting. We got a great staff where I work, which is Deep Comics in Huntsville, Alabama. They're just an amazing crew. And everybody did such an amazing job today. I'm super proud of the crew, of the team. Everybody from top to bottom just put it into gear and just put on the best show possible. And it was great. We had Lance Allen and Amanda Whitley there from Dance Panda Comics. That was exciting. We had Nolan Woodard there, Marvel exclusive colorist. Got to meet and chat with him. That was super, super cool. Got to see a lot of people from the PCP crew and some fans of the show. I don't think anybody's watching right now. I'm going to keep talking about Free Comic Book Day. I was there for the first Free Comic Book Day, and it was very, very exciting. That was that the year, I believe that was the year that Spider-Man came out, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man. And I remember there was a movie theater, Hollywood 18 in our town, and it was like the biggest deal back in the day. And it was the biggest deal every day. Every day, like Hollywood 18 was the theater in town at that time. And for a while I worked there. And then a little bit after that, I worked at a comic shop, and it was called Rocket City Collectibles, formerly known as Comic Corner. And Eduardo, what's up, buddy? And that was super fun. And I remember going to that movie theater with Rocket City Collectibles Comic Corner, and we were going to give away the Spider-Man statue and give away the free comic book for it was Ultimate Spider-Man #1 and all that stuff. And I picked up the box, and we didn't tape the box bottom shut, and it totally just dropped out and broke. The statue broke. It was terrible. But it was a very fun experience. So I've been here since the very first Free Comic Book Day, and it's exciting to be here again. I don't know, what year is this? Oh my goodness, it's been a long time now. So that's very, very exciting. Eduardo, what is up, buddy? You say, I gotta, hold on. Well, L-Dub just liked my Twitter post, so hopefully he'll be on here live. He was at the shop today. I'd like to hear him talk about it. My store is awesome. They give everyone the 50 books for free while they last. My daughter was super happy. That's awesome. At my shop, our regular customers, we don't set limits on it or nothing. We have an official limit. It's like you're limited for 3 comics per person, but if you buy something, you get 3 more, so it's 6 comics. But if you're a regular there, if we know you, if we know your face, if we know who you are, I mean, even if we don't care if you like grab 10 or 12 or whatever. We try to make sure that there's enough for everybody, though. And do remember that comic shops have to pay for these books still and put on these events. It costs a lot of money to have people come in and do signings sometimes and have just have different things go on with the event. And that's super, super cool. Randy, what's up, Randy? He says, mine was a 5-book limit, but they let my grandkid pick what he wanted. See, that's basically what we do. They set limits to stop speculators. Because speculators come in, they want to buy, they want to grab up everything they can for free and then sell them, because these Free Comic Book Days, message retracted. Interesting. These Free Comic Book Day books, sometimes in the next like 2 to 3 weeks, they'll start going up in price, especially if they're unstamped. But yo, there's L-Dubs. L-Dubs says, had another great Free Comic Book Day at the Deep in Huntsville, Alabama. Yes, you did. Thank you, man. Thank you for being there, man. It was so cool to have you and Nolan there, to have comic book creators there. And it was so cool to have all the people there. And it's always such a fun experience, man. But it is a very, very busy day for us. What's up, buddy? Otaku, what's up, man? How you doing? It was a great free comic book day though, man. It's like on the other side of the counter, it is a very busy, hectic day, but it is one of the most fun days ever. Seriously, man, I had so much fun. Eduardo says they had some local artists and he got 4 posters from them. What cool. Were they of like mainstream characters, of his own characters? We had Nolan Woodard there, who's a colorist exclusive at Marvel. He was there selling prints and just talking to people, being a super cool guy. L.W. Allen, locally from Dance Panda Comics, was there. He was talking to people, selling books, selling prints. Good stuff. Otaku, did you go to a free comic book day today? What'd you get? What'd you guys get? What'd you guys get? I guess Eduardo got everything. His comic shop lets them get like 50 books if they want. That's awesome. We believe in pre-orders at my shop, though. If you tell us before we ever get the chance to order them what you want, we'll totally buy them for you. Like, it's totally easy. It's no problem. I'm also going to show some new swag I got. One of my favorite free comic book days, and if you have kids, this is one definitely for them, was Sparks. And remember, a lot of these shops, they actually still have these books for a few days afterwards, and some of the lesser knowns, but a lot of them go out really, really quick. This one, Sparks, was super fun. It's about these 2 cats. They want to like do good and help people, but nobody believes that cats are good-natured. So they make this robotic dog and they jump in it and they do good deeds as this dog. And it's amazing. It's brilliant. It's from Scholastic Graphics, and it's Ian Boothby and Nina Matsumoto. And it is just seriously, I know my free comic book day video this year was kind of quick, but this book is so fun and so good. It was great. Eduardo says, yes, going to be a busy week. Yeah, heck yeah. Eduardo, what, I want to know what posters you got. Like what characters or what images were there? I'm interested. Oh, Otaku had to go out of town, so he missed it, but he has, yeah, good shops will hold comic books for you, like free comic book day books. Absolutely, and my shop does that too. So we do that. It's super awesome. I want to point out my Dr. Doom glass, Jack Kirby artwork. Isn't that cool? It's super cool. It sucks that you went out of town and missed it. Was there not a good shop in your town, or were you just busy with work or whatever, like vacation, whatever you were doing? Bry Guy, what's up? Bry Guy says that he's waiting 45 minutes for a table at Outback right now. Are you doing that right now, or did that happen earlier? I'm curious. By the way, I've done 3 of these live streams. Bry Guy has been in all 3 of them. Maybe I think Otaku's been there too. You're there right now, Bry Guy, and you're watching us here. That's awesome. Did you go to a free comic book day? My cat Ariel is here. Hera, who is the most beautiful and awesome dog, is not feeling the greatest, and she's here in the studio too. Maxwell's Demons was a big deal on free comic book day. I pushed this on everybody that came into the door. If you guys got a chance to get this, this is so good. If you haven't read this, I've talked about it in the weekly comic book review. It is so, so good. And Denise Camp, the writer, is such the coolest dude. He tweeted me last night and said, dude, you like just because you're a big fan, I'll send you, like, I don't know. He was so cool. He's like, I appreciate you talking up the book and all that stuff. So he told me he'd send me a signed copy. And that was he's just the coolest dude. Vault Comics, those guys, they are the coolest dudes. I know I talk about these guys a lot, but they are doing some really, really good comic books, high concepts, just great work, artistically brilliant. And the creators are just the coolest people. Seriously, even up to the publisher and the editor-in-chief, like Adrian and Damon, is it Vozel or Wazel? Dude, those guys, they're like everybody on the Vault team. They're the coolest people out there, comic book creator-wise. And there are a lot of cool comic book creator people. We'll talk about one I met today in a minute. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Otaku said they didn't have the one that he wanted. He wanted My Hero Academia. My buddy Zach came into the shop today, and he was all nuts about that. And I had a comment about that. That's something I'm like completely just over my head. I have no idea what that is. It's like, is it an anime or something? Because a lot of people were hype about that today. Bright Guy took his 12-year-old boy into free comic book day and said it was fun. Of course it's fun. It's like the coolest, man. Like for a kid, The crazy thing about Free Comic Book Day is that like I never got to experience it as a child. I have no idea what that's like. I've only experienced Free Comic Book Day mostly as a retailer, which is completely different. There's been a few years where I got to experience it as a fan, especially the year that like Brightest Day came out. So like I can appreciate it, but most of the time I see it as a retailer. But man, I really wish I could be 12-year-old and go to a Free Comic Book Day. Because I remember what it's like going into a comic book store at 12 years old. So I can't imagine what it's like to go into a comic book store and have like I remember the death of Superman and X-Men #1. There were a lot of people in the shop that day, but it's nowhere near what Free Comic Book Day is. Like muggles come out of the woodwork, like free comics, da, 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 and then all of us comic book fans come out. It's so fun. 2 Batman, 1 Justice League, 1 Groot grabbing a Rick and Morty. Oh, those are nice, dude. Batman, Justice League, and Groot. Heck yeah, dude. Those are some really good prints and posters, man. That's super cool. Last week when we did the live stream, we talked about doing a Facebook group because it seemed like a lot of you cats out there were like really getting along and like talking to each other. So we did start the Facebook group. It's called the PCP Army. If you're on Facebook, just search PCP Army. Send me or one of the other PCP crew members a request to join. You'll join in. You'll get to interact with our personal Facebook pages. It's just super fun. You'll get to interact with us, get to interact with our fans, all of our local people that we know. It's a really fun group already. And so seriously, guys, just join in there. The only rules are basically about being respectful and just don't hate like too much. Like you can tell me you don't like something. I don't care about that. But don't be like hate on people. Don't just bring negativity into the group. That's all we're really after. But it's a super fun group. PCP Army. It's on Facebook. You will be guaranteed to join. We'll approve it. But you can, me, Holshoe, Justin, Jelani, not Brooks. Brooks is not a Facebook person. Drew, Jeremy, we're all on there, and it's super fun. It's such a fun group right now. It's only been like 3 or 4 days old. But Eduardo, if you get on Facebook and you join that group, please share pictures of those posters. I want to see them. That's why I talked about that. Randy says your Outback must have been better than mine. Must have better food than mine. 45 minutes. I could have went to the store yet, but yeah, you could cook a steak in 45 minutes by then. But once you're committed, like Bry Guy might be there with some people. He's committed. He's got something going on. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I've waited exceptionally long times at restaurants, and it's always annoying. But remember, it's not the server's fault. So when you do get your food, tip well. Because they're dealing with it too. If you're upset, they're upset because they're upsetting a lot of people. I don't want to take my hat off right now, Whitey. Like seriously, I have hat hair like crazy. Look at that. What is that? I was wearing a hat all day today. I have hat hair. So, are you not a Yankees fan? Is that what it is? Are you from Cleveland? If so, I'm sorry, but it's just the way it goes. Bry Guy, did your 12-year-old want a grab bag? That's super cool. A Harley Quinn bobblehead. You were hating? Were you hating on Harley Quinn because he won, or because it was Harley Quinn? Because you're like, can I trade this Harley Quinn for like an Iron Man bobblehead or something? I don't know. Can I trade this Harley Quinn for like a Wonder Woman or a Supergirl or Gamora bobblehead? I'm not the Harley fan, but Harley's cool. She can be cool because he won. You were jealous because he won. Of course you were. That's awesome, though. Couple of trade paperbacks. What were they? What were the trade paperbacks and posters? I want to know. I'm not the biggest Harley fan, but that's still cool to get a bobblehead. What were the trades? What were the posters and shirt? Sinister5577 says, "What's up, guys? I had a blast in my local comic shop. The author and artist of The Only Living Boy, Steve Ellis and David Hollier, very down-to-earth guys." That's super cool. It's super cool when like shops get like people there that create comic books. In my shop, we had Nolan Woodard, who is a comic book colorist for Marvel, and we had L.W. Allen, who I saw on, there he is. He's on this live stream. L.W. Allen from Dance Panda Comics. Great stuff, guys. Check him out, dancepandacomics.com. I believe it's the .com. FF and Avengers Assemble. What Fantastic Four? And was it the Bendis Avengers Assemble, or was it one of the other ones? That's super cool, Sinister, to always meet like comic book creators, right? And a lot of shops do that, and creators love doing it, man. The creators that were at my shop today, like I kept telling them, thank you for being here. And they were all like, thank you for having us. I'm like, what are you talking about? Thank you. Holy cow, you guys make comics. You're like my idols. Seriously. Lance and Nolan, you guys are my idols. You make comic books. I sit here on YouTube and talk about them. Whitey, as a retailer, if a box customer, a subscriber asks me, and if they give me a list of free comic book day titles that they want, even if it's up to 50 or whatever, even if it's like all of them, like, yeah, we take care of that. We take care of our customers for sure. I think most comic shops should. I think most do. Good ones do. Taku has to go to a wedding. Yeah. Cool. I'll check that out. It's an anime, season 3 already. I'll check that out. Have fun at the wedding, buddy. Thank you for checking in. Braga almost jacked his own child for his free grab bag he won in a raffle. That's awesome. Joker Cards Comics is back again. I haven't had the chance to read any of the free comic book day comics I got yet. Today is a big horse racing day where I live, but I'm looking forward to several books. Yeah, it's the Kentucky Derby's this weekend, is it not? I don't pay attention to that, but I am interested. The Kentucky Derby, is that already happened? I don't it's this weekend? It's something, right? It's soon. Where'd you find a Baby Teeth free comic? Was that in his raffle? Because you do not give a 12-year-old Baby Teeth. Yeah, it is the Kentucky Derby. I remember hearing about that. Oh, it's already ran. Who won? Who won? I saw Paul Otterman says no one cares about the Kentucky Derby. Some people do, actually. It's crazy. Okay, good deal. Good deal, Bri Guy. You don't let a 12-year-old read Baby Teeth. I mean, if you want to do that, that's up to you, I guess. It's good to introduce them to Satan early, I guess. I don't know. That's funny. This Avengers book was really cool on Free Comic Book Day. It's got the Ta-Nehisi Coates, Captain America here with Lionel Francis Yu. I'm not usually the biggest Yu fan. I like it though when he does this type of style. It's very sparse. Like this is very type sparse stuff right there to me. There's not a lot of lines, but every line is very intentional and meaningful. I'm not going to show you too much, but just look at the artwork there. Like it's very sparse, meaningful. I don't know. I like it when his work's more like that. There's certain inkers I guess that Yu has that I don't like. Who inked this one? Well, they don't really credit who did what, but Gary Alongalion is credited. Oh, there he is. Yeah, he's the inker. He's a good inker. I like that. I was very intrigued about the Captain America bit. The Avengers bit is really cool. It's a really cool thing that leads into the Avengers #1 that came out this week, which was awesome. Did you guys read that? If you read it, I just want to know what you thought about it, because that was the pick of the week. Paul Otterman, I have a suspicion about who you actually are. I don't know. Justify one. Like the show, Justified? No, Justify one. That's cool. I want to know what idiots stood in line for Free Comic Book Day. Paul Otterman wants to know what idiots stood in line for Free Comic Book Day. A lot. I don't know if they're idiots, but, it is an all-day event. But if you want to get there early, I recommend getting there early. Most shops don't really get banging until, lunchtime, and right after. Paul, do I know you personally? I'm curious. But a lot of people stood in line because there's some good deals. My shop had a 20% off sale that's stacked. Oh, dude, yeah, Paul, I do get what you're saying. As an everyday comic book customer, I see how Free Comic Book Day can be obnoxious, and I see how it can be overwhelming to some people. Okay, Paul, I have another friend named Paul who I thought that maybe you might be him under a different name, but that's super cool. No, I get what you're saying though. When the few times I have experienced Free Comic Book Day as just a customer, a consumer, it was cool to get in there, get my free comic books, say what's up to everybody, and dip out. I wasn't down to hang out there all day at all. but people do that and they love it. And I'm not down and hanging out in a 20-minute line or whatever to get free comic books, but like, and at my store, you don't have to stay in line if you're just getting free comic books. But if you're buying stuff, you got to stay in line. But me and my crew, we got like 3 registers. We got 2 people on the register, like for backup too, and like we just knock it out, and we get people in there, in and out as soon as they can. Like we try to make it as convenient for everybody as possible. But we have also a lot of stuff that will make people want to stay there all day long. So a lot of families have one member designated to stand in line for them, I guess. So that's super, super fun. Why do you got a message retracted? What are you talking about? Dun. Dave Gold, what's up, buddy? How you doing? First Avengers comic? Talking about the first issue of Avengers, the new launch that just came out this week by Jason Aaron, Ed McGuinness, Mark Morales. It's really good. It made the pick of the week. I liked it a lot. And there's a Avengers free comic book day. So if you read this and you like it, pick up that Avengers #1. It should be at the shop right now. Super good. Sparse. Super Ryan. Yeah, Ryan. Yeah, Ryan, it's sparse. It's sparse. Yeah, I don't always pronounce words the correct way sometimes, but it happens. It is what it is. Sparse. Is sparse better than sparse? I've heard it both ways. But the artwork is very sparse/sparse. It's very empty. But like I'm just trying to say that sometimes there's like very definite inks on his work, and sometimes it's cool, and sometimes it's I like use artwork when the inking is like more ethereal is the wrong word, but like gritty and kind of like effervescent on the edges, and just kind of like I'm having a hard time. Just kind of like, I don't know. I like it when it's a little bit more like gritty and shaky, stuff like that. That's how I like his inking. Dave, are you saying that your pick of the week was the membership drive issue with the pick 2 cover? What are you talking about? I have no idea. I'm blanking. Paul says he was lucky and got his books on a site where you can get 1 for each $5 you spend, and you got 22 on there. That's really cool, man. That's actually a really cool idea to have like a website offer something like that for like, hey man, buy some comics for $5 you spend, you get 1 of the free comic books. You know, the shops pay for that, but they also pay for the they pay for it, but they pay for a lot of sponsorship sometimes, and they don't pay for sponsorship. Sometimes comic shops get sponsorship to have other companies help them bear the load, but they have a lot of events. They have to pay a lot of people to be there sometimes, and that's really cool for a website to do something like that. That's really, really cool, Paul. Why do you have a spelling error? I'm sorry, man. I hate those too. I do them all the time, and it's worse on on Facebook you can do a spelling error and just edit it, but on Twitter I feel so stupid if I like tag some like comic creators, be like, good job on this book this week. And there's like an error, and I gotta like, man, I need to delete that and do it again. But they know what I'm doing. They know what I'm doing. Paul, why are people sleeping on Moon Girl 28? All right, so this Omnipotentus or whatever the dude is, like I don't read Moon Girl. It's one of those ones that I read at first and thought it was all right, but like I read so much every week, it was one of the ones that dropped to the side. And I've been meaning to pick it back up. I started reading again on the Fantastic 3 story, but after 2 issues, I dropped out again, just because I wanted to read it all in trade. So I don't know what's going on with that, but I hear it's a big deal. And it's crazy to me that this random issue of Moon Girl has gone up like that in value on this first appearance, because I'm clueless as to what actually is going on. Yes, Dave, a Klaus Janson type inker. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Does that stuff not work best for Frank Miller? To me, the best Frank Miller artwork that ever existed is on Ronin. Like that stuff is so good. Was that Janson? My books are upstairs, but like I'm pretty sure that's Janson. That stuff's amazing. Obviously, he did Dark Knight Returns. 1 and did he do 2? I don't know if he did. He did 2. Did he do DK2? I think he did. Yeah, Paul, Moon Girl's so underprinted. That's one of the reasons, I guess, why it's going up so high. But what is so special about that character and unique about it? I don't understand the hype about it right now, but I hear there's some really good things about that book. But didn't it switch like writers in the middle of it?